have an overall, so Leland, Chad, Ingrid, myself.
You want to turn your mic on?
Good. Great.
I can't hear you. Try again.
Now, was this better, worse? Probably. Just yell out after the.
Maybe.
I need to.
Try now.
Hello?
Yep.
We're good? All right. Proof of notification. We're good on proof of notification? All right. Looks like we got an 11-point agenda. Can you get a motion to approve the agenda? Move. Ted with motion. Dan with second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right. Minutes from the July 10th meeting. Everybody have time to look at them? Any corrections, changes? If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes in the July 10th meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Ingrid is motion. Second. Chad second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right. Carolyn, it's up to you.
Probably on the bottom.
Good afternoon. Works now. Just some updates on some repairs at the institution. We did have a roof leakage and copper top, and that was patched. I just did confirm with Candace that the county has that bill already and it's been paid, so we're not waiting for that to come through. Some of the water there was getting pretty close to electrical, so it was great that we could handle that fairly immediately so as to not do further damage. Groundwork is ongoing. The high school has decided they're going to start using the soccer field, so they'll be taking on the mowing of that going forward. And my understanding also is that there were some surveying, you probably know more about this than I do, at East Hall there to figure out where their lot is and where ours is. So hopefully we would like that information as well so we can mow and do things accordingly once that becomes available. We've had some successful events. Air conditioning will continue to be our #1 struggle of the moment. The seasons will turn soonish here and then we'll deal with heat. But what has happened is in the copper top is that there are 2 units and one of them is, neither of them are strong. One of them is weaker than the other. And what happens is when the theater group is trying to use it, they opened the door and tried to, shove some cold air in, which sort of overheated the other one and it froze up. And so our approach is the same as it is, as long as we keep them both at sort of 72, more or less. They seem to run on those really hot days. It doesn't feel very cool in there, but that's sort of our approach, that we can sort of keep it going without any kind of major repair in that space. Wallace Cafe, because it's not being used, we haven't moved forward with any of the facilities repairs in the cooking spaces. And then there is one of the urinals that continues to leak, so we just have the water off to that, but there are also toilets that do have water connected to them, so they're usable in the space. The next event that we have there will be a concert, choir concert this weekend. But between this month and last month, we had a lot of usage with the play. That was obviously our most high usage, and then the one night, I understand 650 people attended National Night Out. And then we did have a small business training event. My understanding is Linda is working with the foundation.
Hey, Dave, this is Sandy Campbell. How are you? Good. Say, last year we had you look at that water heater.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes, I think the only other things to share is the HVAC in science building continues to be finicky. We have to manually turn it on, which is a larger effort than we would imagine. just an off the cuff estimate suggests that a full update for that would be upwards of $20,000. I don't know that to be true. I certainly have no expertise to chime in on that. But in terms of making that sort of an integration that we can do more automatically in the long term, that would be more of a major investment. So we're, again, not moving forward on that given the county budget. And then the library has one active AC unit. Every time we have somebody on campus, somebody walks all the buildings, myself included. Things are still there, right? They're moving and going. I understand the county walked around there too, and we're just trying to be good stewards of the space. We do have maintenance people on the premises 2 to 3 days a week, and then 2 other people who are walking around. So if something comes up, we're trying to obtain support for it as soon as we can. There was just the one invoice that you got from Precision Control for some of that update with the AC and the copper top. And we expect, because they've been here a variety of times, 1 or 2 more bills coming from them related to that.
Yeah, that's a bill for what, $628 from Ash Creek?
Yep.
All right. Any questions? Anybody got any questions? No questions? All right. So we need to make a motion to pay this invoice for $628.67 to Ash Creek Plumbing and Heating. So moved. Chad was motion. I'll second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right, Adam, to you.
So I guess the Richland Adam.
Okay, so for the first bullet point here, current details on office management, I guess I'm not sure what you want to know.
That's a great question, because I don't know what the office management question would be, current details, or how is everything going currently? And then I guess we're to ask John, it looks like we're gonna ask John some questions about how it's going to go in the future, or the near future, or far future, or whatever.
Does that mean, like, are you guys still split between Health and Human Services and over in Melville?
So we haven't been split yet. Currently the 2 support staff and 4-H is primarily working out of HHS. There is an extra office space that, like myself and Carolyn when she shows up and Sheena when she shows up, have been utilizing as a workspace here when they come to the office. Otherwise, they've been primarily just working in the other counties that they're working with. So from that standpoint, I guess it's been working. But yeah, other than that, there hasn't been too much change as far as how we've been functioning as an office.
Same as last month, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I just didn't know, be honest with you, I saw being gone last week, I saw the agenda this morning and just didn't know for sure if there was some question that you guys had.
I didn't get
First
any
office
extra,
management.
I didn't get any extra detail on what I was supposed to ask, so I'm gonna stick with what we just found out.
And then for just update on the educator positions, again, taking that delay time right now to figure out where we're at with item C, but I do anticipate the request to fill going through mid-September. If we haven't figured anything else out by then, I just don't want to delay it any longer than that. So mid-September is when we'll probably put the position description request to fill through the state side so they can advertise it out and get that process rolling for us in that respect. And the same with the food wise. I know we just had conversations this morning about starting that request to fill here in the next week or 2. So we're moving forward with those positions. So any questions on the position updates?
Nope, I'm good. All right, John, do you have anything on the technology?
Well, when I looked at this weekend, I saw that I was gonna be.
I didn't make the agenda. I'm gonna pass that off to Linda. Linda took care of the agenda, so.
So I'll just report that on July 31st, I sent an email to UW Systems, Jeff Baran, and informed him that all the invoices had arrived now to the county. All the equipment was here. Originally, there was an estimate of a little over $28,000 in technology that we ordered. It ended up being $21,551.23. So on July 31st, I sent Jeff an email and just said that when the invoices are paid, the equipment is here, we will begin the installation. So Jeff responded a few days later, and in fact, mid-morning or so today, we found out that the check is in the mail. So I assume that we'll receive it shortly. And once we do, then we can begin the installation of the work at Millville Hall. Now-
What was the time span on that to date? Anybody bid that, or John, are you aware of how long it's gonna take to put that stuff in? No idea.
It's not on our schedule.
Barb told me that it wouldn't take long at all to have the install done. So I think, the only area of concern out there, and we don't know, and we're, in negotiations with UW Systems on the future use. So I think it would be wise, for us to check one more time. Does this really make sense for us to do this? If all of a sudden the decisions can be made that we're not going to use those facilities at all. But once that decision is made, the equipment is here and can be installed shortly.
Good. Well, hopefully that doesn't drag out, waiting for an answer to see what's going forward. I'm sure it's gonna keep moving, but.
Yeah, and I think for the most part, the things that belong to Extension are already, they're located in Melville Hall. So, they would need to be moved out if the county made the decision to not go into Melville Hall. So my guess is that we probably will do the install and you will move back in unless something were to happen real soon in negotiations, and I don't see that happening in the next couple of days.
Well, we kind of got a plan. We still got the plan. It's just when do we go forward with it? So, all right. What do you got for invoices, Adam? In here somewhere.
I believe you guys have the cover sheets for the office extension accounts. We had, our general leasing, we had some computer software. The big one in there is the agent contracts at 45,000. So that's the first half of the billing for all the educators. Other than that, I think that should be it.
134 for soil.
Oh, so then there's the bigger one. I don't have a total on it. Oh, the total is $45,445. That's the office accounts. That's lease on the copier, computer software, and educator contracts. And then there should be a second one. This is an in and out account for pesticide or soils accounts. So we take in soil samples, producers give us the money, and then we reimburse them with the lab. Nice part about that is in the extension office and the producers both get a copy of their results, so we keep it for them for 3 years if they need it. And we did $134 worth of soil samples there, so those are the two. So the extension office accounts, those are ones that come out of our line item budget with levy dollars, and this is a non-lapsing account, the 134.
All right. Can I get a motion to pay the bills equaling 45,445.44 cents? Dan with the motion,
Second.
Ingrid with the second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right. Brett, public comments. Any public comments today? Anywhere? Look like it. Items for the September 11th meeting. Anybody got anything for the September 11th meeting? I guess we're gonna want an update on what we're doing going forward for Adam and his group. And then I'm sure we'll have some stuff. Hopefully it cools down and everything. It cools down, but not too much, and it doesn't get too hot, and we'll be okay. All right, so that'll be pretty much a standard stuff, it looks like, for next month, and I'm sure if something comes up during the course of the month, Linda gets back, she might have some stuff she wants to put on there, so. All right. Any correspondence? I don't think so. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Ingrid with the motion. Dan second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thanks, everyone.